Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and His countless blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. We learn the obligations of Salah, what makes to perform the Salah, what are the essential integrals of Salah. If any of it is missing, Salah is invalid, but that is apparent, the legal form, legal part. The essential part is that we need to see whom we are performing this Salah for. What is my intention behind performing this ibadah? And here the intention is wajib, the pure intention that I am doing this ibadah only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we are required to learn the legal part of ahkam, so it is more important to learn the ahkam of the heart, which are connected to the heart. And one of them is ikhlas. It is directly linked to the heart of a person. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Wa akhlis fil amal." O Abu Dhar, be sincere in all your deeds. Why? فَإِنَّ النَّاقِدَ بَصِيرٌ. Because the one who is going to examine your deeds, check your deeds, to see whether it has been performed for him or something else or someone else. فَإِنَّ النَّاقِدَ بَصِيرٌ. He is tremendously knowledgeable. And he is basir. You cannot see what's inside my heart while I'm teaching. I cannot see what's inside your heart while you are learning, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put this curtain of rahmah that we don't have access to the hearts. That's why we believe that alimul ghaib, the knower of unseen, is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Had He given us this access to know the intentions of others, then wallahi no two people would talk to each other, because the inner obnoxious character would come to the surface. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should be tremendously thankful to Him, that how He covers our faults. What my mind is cooking, nobody knows about it. It's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Prophet said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, "Wa akhlis fil amal, fa inna naqida basir." O Abu Dhar, be sincere in all your deeds and actions, because the one who is going to examine it, who is going to check it out, basir, he is full of basira. He goes down deep the intention of a person. He sees the deepest chambers of the heart, deepest chambers of the mind. He has access to. Even wallahi, we don't have access to our own, to such levels of the deepest chambers of our heart. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is exposed to Him. So that's what Imam Al-Ghazali says, rahimahullah. All the amilun. So first one is alim, second one is amil, third one is mukhlis. So he said all people are at the verge of destruction, and who are saved? Only the scholars, the knowledgeable people. Not only scholars, knowledgeable people, those who possess the knowledge. Then he says, wal alimuna kulluhum halqa. All the scholars or knowledgeable people, whoever possess any amount of knowledge. It's not only specifically what we technically refer to as scholars. Any person who possesses any amount of knowledge. Well, alimuna kulluhum halqa. They are all at the verge of destruction. Illa al-amilun, except those who translate their knowledge into practice. And then he says, wal amiluna kulluhum halqa. And all the practicing scholars or practicing knowledgeable people, they are at the verge of destruction. Illa al-mukhlisun, except those who are truly sincere, who are mukhlis in their ibadah, in their worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't want anything from the people, from the creator, from the khalq. They only want from khaliq. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitates them. Allah puts the love of such person into the hearts of the people. And this is the biggest and the most precious asset for a person, that Allah puts His love into the hearts of the people. People try to get this false fame and prestige. For this, they spend huge money. But wallahi, just for few years, of just few months, they remember them, as long as they support them. And after that, there is no love, there is no respect, there is no any regard. And then Imam Al-Ghazali says, rahimahullah, wal mukhlisun ala khatarin azim. And as far as these mukhlisun are concerned, they are in a state of danger. A great danger awaits them, because shaitan is always after these people and our Sahaba Ridwanullah Ta'ala alayhim ajma'in. And one of the requirement of ikhlas is that when we do anything, we should try our top level best. In most of the cases, to do any good deed, that only the person and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala must be knowing about it. However, sometimes it is also permissible, not only permissible, appreciated, highly applaudable if we expose some good deed, good act. But at that time, the ikhlas is at the stake. Sincerity of a person is required to face a crucial test, because it is easy when you do anything stealthily, clandestinely. It is comparatively it is easy to take care of ikhlas, but it's very difficult when a particular deed, particular act of ibadah, you are required to expose it to others, or people must know about it. At that particular point of time, there's much threat, much disaster the ikhlas has to face. So now, just based on this hierarchy, so what is important? Ikhlas is important. Knowledge is important. We cannot deny the role of knowledge. But knowledge is a tool. It's not an end in itself. And then amal. Amal is the fruit of knowledge. And amal and the fruit, whether it is delicious or it is bitter. Sometimes we see a fruit, apparently it seems to be a fruit. Specifically, I'm not sure whether you have the experience of these almonds. When we get the almonds from the tree, so when we break them, we break the shell to get the seed. Many a times we just break it, keep on just ingesting the mouth. So when 5-6 almonds are inside, then all of a sudden you break a shell. When you take it, it is so bitter that the entire taste is spoiled. But apparently it is an almond. There's no difference in terms of its physique and structure, but it is a taste that makes it pretty acceptable or pretty rejected. Likewise, amal, it seems to be good apparently, but what makes it sweet, what makes it tastier and delicious is the ikhlas. What makes it bitter, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rejects all of a sudden. Instantly it is thrown upon the face of a person. It's not accepted. It doesn't reach to the level of acceptance. The bitterness is so crucial that it is altogether rejected and it is nullified because of adamul ikhlas, lack of sincerity. So ikhlas is, I remember Imam Razi rahimahullah, actually the context is it's something different, but it is relevant to our topic right now. Imam Razi rahimahullah ta'ala, he was one of the, I should say, the giant brains of this ummah, one of the most wisest intellectuals and deepest intellectuals, Imam Razi rahimahullah ta'ala. His tafsir is in 30 volumes, Mafatihul Ghaib, which is also known as At-Tafsir al-Kabir, the great commentary of Quran. In this tafsir, Imam Razi rahimahullah, he mentions actually the importance of ikhlas. That Anushirwan was one of the just rulers of Iran, Persia, during the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even one of the hadiths also mentions Prophet said sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I was born during the time of a just ruler. Though Prophet did not mention the name, but scholars say that at that particular point of time there was a Roman Empire and there was a Persian Empire. And among the two empires, these were the two famous empires at the time of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And historical account says that Anushirwan was known for his justice, known for his adl. And that's what Prophet referred to sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that I was born during the lifetime of a just ruler. So it refers to Anushirwan. Anushirwan, one day he set out on a journey to take the stock of the situations, to see how people are doing, if there is any difficulty for people. But he did not wear the royal robes, rather the common dress, ordinary dress, so that people could not recognize him. Anushirwan, while he was on his journey, he saw a beautiful garden, an orchard. He entered into it, and it was full of pomegranate trees. And it seemed, from the appearance of the fruit, it is so delicious. So he called upon the caretaker of this garden and asked him if he could get one pomegranate. He said, "Of course, I can offer you." He just picked it up, and then he made the juice of it. He offered it to Anushirwan. It was so tasty and delicious and so juicy that it was for the first time he came across with such a fruit, with such a taste. So Anushirwan decided that he will keep this garden under his own command, so that he will have the fruit of it. So he intended this. Then he asked for the second one. The boy, he got up, and from the same tree he got the second one. And this time, when he wanted to get the juice out of it, there was little juice, and it was so bitter. Anushirwan was now surprised. Fruit, from the same tree, apparently same structure, same physique, same form. But what makes the difference? The boy said, "I think the intention of our king has been corrupted, and it is ill effect and bad effect has impacted the quality of the fruits." Actually, the point Imam Al-Ghazali makes there is that it is the authority, the piety and the impiety of the authority that affects the people. We think the other way around. When people are good, the rulers will be good. If people are bad, the rulers will be bad. So my thinking is a bit different than this. I subscribe to the idea of Imam Al-Razi rahimahullah, that it is up to the elite class to set the standard of the society, not the common masses. They don't know what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad for them, because their level of knowledge, their level of understanding is too little to decide what is good and bad for them. So it is all in the hands of, we can see the fate of a country. It's just a handful of politicians, a handful of bureaucrats who run the state affairs, who run the statecraft. It's up to them what standards they can set for the people, and people who follow, they have the herd instinct. They have to follow the shepherd. It's up to the shepherd to set the destination of the flock. Not the flock itself will tell the shepherd where they want to go. It's all together the other way around. So Imam Al-Razi rahimahullah makes a point that if the ruler happened to be good, its goodness will be reflected through all aspects in all departments and all institutions of a particular state. If the ruler is bad, definitely his corruption will be reflected in all down the line institutions, and it will affect the barakah of a particular country as well. And in order to support his argument, now he mentions the story of Anushirwan. So he decided that he will usurp, we can say, or he will grab this garden and will keep under his custody. So when the boy, he said, "I think the intention of our ruler has been corrupted, and it has also affected the quality of the fruits." Anushirwan is listening to him, so he just repented and he said, I won't take this at all. I'll keep it as it is because that amounts to be injustice, that I will just forcibly take it and put it under my custody. So he intended not to keep it. Then he asked for the third one. The boy got up from the same tree, even from the same branch. He picked up the third one, and this time it was again more delicious and more juicy than the first one. Then Anushirwan again asked him, "Now what happened?" And the boy said, "I think our king has repented and his intention has been set aright. So the impact of his good intention has been reflected through the fruits." So the discussion, the gist is that if our intention is good, it affects not affects, rather it impacts in a pretty good manner all other aspects of life. Ikhlas, the first fruit of ikhlas, the instant fruit of ikhlas and sincerity is peace of mind, which cannot be bought in any market of the world. There are billionaires, multi-billionaires and multi-millionaires. Wallahi, they are craving for just one sound sleep for one night. They are craving for this. And for the ikhlas, the instant reward of ikhlas is a peace of mind and contentment, that is qana'ah. Because a person, he feels that his life is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are meant for Allah. I always say that many products bear the name of the manufacturing country. Made in Japan, made in Malaysia, made in blah blah blah. I say the human beings, we carry that title, made in God. Allah created us for Himself alone. And He wants all our deeds to be done for Himself alone. He created us for Himself, so how come He accept that we do the deeds for other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? There's one of the famous hadiths, Imam Ahmad rahimahullah has mentioned the hadith, in which Prophet mentioned sallallahu alayhi wasallam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Yahya alayhi salam, the cousin brother of Isa alayhi salam, He commanded him of 5 things. So one day, Sayyiduna Yahya alayhi salatu wa taslim, he entered the Bayt al-Maqdis, he gathered the people. They were all around the pulpit. Then Sayyiduna Yahya alayhi salam, while mentioning the belief should be exclusively for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for anyone else. Whatever we do, it should be all for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Yahya alayhi salam, he gave an example in the light of the hadith. Prophet said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Yahya alayhi salam, he gave an example that whoever among us you wishes to have a slave. Which type of slave? That you provide food to him, you provide clothing to him, you provide shelter to him. All his requirements, all his needs are taken care of by you. All his requirements are provided by you. And now he is required to work. When he goes for the work and he gets the wages for his work, in the evening, instead of giving these wages to his master, which master? Who gives food to him, who gives clothing to him, who provides shelter to him, all his needs are fulfilled by his master. But instead of giving the wages to his master, he is giving wages to his neighbor. Then Yahya alayhi salam, he posed a question to the audience, to the people, that which one of you likes this type of slave? People in one single voice, they said, no, none of us wish such a type of slave. He is a thankless, who doesn't recognize the favors of his master. Then Yahya alayhi salam said, then listen my ummah, Wallahu khalaqakum, Allah is only your creator. Wallahi, there is no anyone whom He consulted. Ma ashhadtum khalq as-samawati wal ard. I did not consult anyone when I created you. When I created the heavens and the earth, Ma ashhadtum khalq as-samawati wal ard. I did not consult them at the time of creation of the heavens and the earth. Wala khalq anfusihim, and even not at the time of their own creation. I did not ask them how they wanted to be created. It's my single wish, lone wish, that caused this universe come into being. And there's no one besides it. That's what Yahya alayhi salam referred to. Wallahu khalaqakum. Listen, my people, Allah has created you. Wa razaqakum, and provides rizqi to you, provisions to you. We should not be under this false impression that I possess the potential, I am intelligent, I am powerful, I am skillful. Out of my skill, I can do this. You imagine, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ أَصْبَحَ مَاءُكُمْ غَوْرًا فَمَنْ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِمَاءٍ مَعِينٍ. Okay, you are proud of your intelligence, your skill, your potential, your wisdom. Now tell me, أَرَأَيْتُمْ, the last verse of Surah Al-Mulk, أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ أَصْبَحَ مَاءُكُمْ غَوْرًا, if the water is dried up into the soil, into this earth. فَمَنْ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِمَاءٍ مَعِينٍ. Who is there to provide you the clean water? It seems to be because we have abundance of water around us. But just imagine for a while, we don't have the water. It is all dried up. There's no process of vaporization, there's no process of condensation, and there is no water cycle. What will happen? We shall all die. Our skill, our potential, our wisdom we are proud of, it's rendered useless and fruitless. It won't wallahi save us. It won't get us one single drop of water to quench our thirst. So it is Allah who provided all these things to us. He set certain mechanism. He put in place certain phenomena, natural phenomena, that ensures our sustenance and survival on the planet. It's all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what Sayyidina Yahya alayhi salatu wa taslim, he explained to people, Wallahu khalaqakum, Allah created you, wa razaqakum, and He provides the food and rizqi to you and provisions to you. And He wants you to worship Him alone, not anyone else. In the same way, as you don't wish the slave whom you give everything, then he earns the wages and he gives his wages not to you, rather to your neighbors. So none of you wish likewise. Allah doesn't like such servants. He created us. He provides everything to us. Each and every single cell which we possess, our body is formed of, is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is, and he deserves to be worshipped alone. And in every salah, in every rak'ah, we profess, we confirm and reconfirm what? Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. Iyyaka na'budu. To you alone we worship. But are we truly sincere when we say Iyyaka na'budu? Abu Hasan al-Kharqani rahimahullah ta'ala, one of the pious person, it's mentioned when he was performing his nafil prayer, most of the time it happened that Sheikh Abu Hasan al-Kharqani rahimahullah, when he was performing his optional prayers, when he reached at the verse Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, he fell unconscious. He fell on the ground. When he would fell on the ground and people would come, they would ask him what happened to him. He said, I cannot tell a lie to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the salah, I confirm that you are alone I worship to, and from you alone I seek the help and assistance. But there are many things in the heart. My heart trusts many other people other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am not fully though he was a sincere guy, that was a sign of his sincerity. Those who claim, it means that they don't possess. Those who disclaim, they are the possessors of these traits and good qualities. The one who says, I am full of taqwa, it means he doesn't have the taqwa. If a person says, I am truly mukhlis, it means that he lack ikhlas. I am fully knowledgeable, it means that he is ignorant of all. It's only the station of nabuwah that needs the proclamation and confirmation. Yes, he is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has to say this, he has to establish this. But other than the stages below the levels of nubuwah, none can claim that I achieved this station. Because ultimate thing is best known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether he accepted it or not. And there's no way to have the access to the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala except through the prophets. That's why when Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr fil Jannah, we say with full certainty he's in Jannah. Because it's through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he came to know about it. Prophet could not say this out of his own will, out of his own wish. When Prophet says, Umar fil Jannah, we certainly believe that Umar is in Jannah. What about other Sahaba? We believe, inshallah, we believe and we expect that they will be also in Jannah. But we cannot say with certainty. Because the certain knowledge is only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those who claim, it means that they don't deserve such stations. Likewise, Abu Hasan al-Kharqani rahimahullah said, when I say Iyyaka na'budu, I cannot tell a lie to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's difficult for me to tell a lie to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I don't worship the way he deserved to be worshipped. There are many corrupt, malicious intentions, and that runs against this proclamation of Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. But what we are supposed to do is actually, these are certain states, as I said. It's not a station, it's a state. Sometimes a person's state is of such nature that he feels too lowly in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's also good, but at the same time we have to see if there is any other relevant prophetic commandment. We see the Prophet ﷺ commanded us that we have to recite this. However obnoxious intention ours is, however corrupt intention we have, still we have to say Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. At least at the theoretical level. If practically we fail to translate this, but at least at the theoretical level, at the level of aqidah, we must have this firm aqidah. Yes, it is only Allah who deserves to be worshipped alone. And this worship should not be polluted, or it should not be diluted with any of the evil intentions. But if it happens somehow, but still we cannot say that we are absolved, or we cannot say Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. These are the states, not the stations.